And this generation does not intend to founder in the backwash of the coming age of space. We mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it. He said because it is there. Well, space is there.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of That Space Show. I'm your host, of course, Nick. And this is the 100th time I'm re-recording this because my computer decides it has no storage at all. I'm probably halfway through the video and it just shuts off. But whatever, who cares, because this is the first ever weekend episode, and we're going to be going over April 5th, which was the Friday, and April 8th, today, Monday, 2024. But before that, today we have the total solar eclipse, so I'll put the map on the screen, of course, with the times. So go check that out if you can. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so go check it out. I have all the times and everything up there. So without further ado, let's get straight into the first ever weekend episode. And outdoors today, we're going to have the asteroid 532 Herculean opposition, and the total solar eclipse, of course. And then Wednesday, the 10th, we're going to have the close approach of Saturn and Mars, a conjunction of the Moon and Jupiter, and we have a conjunction of Saturn and Mars. And then launches, we have Delta 4 Heavy NROL 70, Tuesday, April 9th, 12:53 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. And previous, I'll put them on the screen. The Falcon 9 Block 5, Starlink Group 6 through 47, Falcon 9 Block 5, Starlink Group 8 through 1, then the Falcon 9 Block 5 Bandwagon 1. We're going to have all those launches playing at once, so go check them out. Very cool launches. And then our first news story of the week, zombie stars. An 1181 star SNR 1181 went supernova. Recently, NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory shows this new image. Have that on screen. In this photo, one can see the white dwarf star. Basically, when a small/medium-sized star runs out of fuel since fusion is no longer pushing the star, it basically collapses on itself. The white dwarf stars are the third densest things in the universe, due to the electrons being so closely pushed together during the smash that they stop the white dwarf star from collapsing into a black hole, which is much denser than a white dwarf. Basically, this image is showing that two white dwarf stars that have merged, but the explosion usually leaves no remnants at all. But somehow, one of these white dwarfs survived the merge and is now deemed a zombie star. Basically, both of these stars were in a binary system, which includes two stars orbiting around a center of mass, which can be anything. When the star evolved into white dwarfs, they ended up gravitationally affecting the system. And due to that, they ended up spiraling into each other and merging. This causes a supernova, this explosion was incomplete, this is why it allowed for the white dwarf to survive and now reignite. Zombie stars are a very cool concept. And on to the second exoplanet, WASP 76b. Exoplanet WASP 76b was recently photographed again. That detected a weird rainbow-like effect, which are called glory effects. They're colorful, concentric rings of light that only occur under particular conditions. This alludes to that the clouds on the exoplanets could have persistent droplets that are consistently being replenished, not to mention the constant atmospheric temperature. And actually, they're not water droplets, they're iron droplets of molten iron. Very interesting. They'll use that research for other areas. And then now, dashed lines. Dashed lines in the sky reported? Aliens? No. Actually, SpaceX's dying rocket. This caused from the rocket's second stage burning up in the planet's upper atmosphere and falling towards Earth. This is due to a change in velocity which destabilizes it in order to fall down towards Earth due to friction with air molecules, and it'll burn up. But we have heat shields, so when we drop back down towards the Earth, the air molecules ionize and lose electrons due to them being compressed because of the speeds of the aircraft. As ionization occurs, light is giving off, which is why you see the lines in the sky of light. And this is because of deorbit burns. It's because it leaves its orbit and falls towards the Earth. Very cool. And birth of the brown. The birth of stars is pretty chaotic in the way that gas structures come together and it ends up collapsing into a star, which is found in star-forming regions. These are then fed by the formation of cosmic umbilical stars to fuel it, Well, brown dwarfs are objects with mass less than 1/10 of our sun. This makes them too small to do fusion and shine like other stars. Even though they might not be full stars, a group of researchers wanted to see if they ended up forming like normal stars. In a simulation, they were able to find that they indeed form and grow the exact same way. More on that study below in the link in the description. Very cool study that they were able to do. RS-25. NASA has gone through some very rigorous tests to finally certify its new RS-25 engines for Artemis missions. This is supposed to be the best and most efficient engine they have, and it generates near 70,000 horsepower. They'll be using actually 4 of them on their Artemis launch, and it seems like the mission is trending in a positive direction, which is always great to hear. Very excited for that. And NEOWISE. NASA's NEOWISE, which is the Infrared Survey Explorer, is key in planetary science, but is mostly focused on learning about potential comet and asteroid threats to the Earth. It has made 3,000 near-Earth object observations and 215 newly discovered objects. 25 of them are comets, and it even has one named after it. NEOWISE was supposed to be a 7-month manned mission. Not manned, just a mission. Even though it lasted about 14 years. It will soon drop out of orbit and burn due to solar activity, but NEOWISE is one of those good stories to hear about our technology and how long it can actually go. And then Soyuz MS-24 carrying the 3 astronauts, Russia's Oleg Novitsky, Marina Vasilevsky of Belarus, and including our own Laura O'Hara, landed safely in Kazakhstan. Laura spent 204 days in space at the International Space Station. Great to hear this safe landing and cooperation. The International Space Station is actually viewed as the world cooperation, as that's all we got nowadays. And Clipper. NASA's Europa Clipper is almost ready before its October 2024 mission to determine if the ocean world of Europa could be due to possible salt water under its icy crust. Europa will be looking for, Clipper will be looking for energy, water, and the correct chemicals. The ocean will be the main point of Clipper, as it'll look for organic compounds and more, which are building blocks for life. Europa has a very good chance for people to be able to have life, so I'll update. Well, I mean for researchers to find life, but yeah. And on to the next explosion. Sometime between now and September, a binary star system in Corona Borealis. In the system, there's a red giant and a white dwarf. Well, they are so close now that the mass and hydrogen from the red dwarf is being amassed around the white dwarf. As that collection of all that stuff builds up, heat collects and it'll explode, almost like a hydrogen bomb. Best part of that is it will be visible without a telescope, and it's going to light up the sky, so you'll know when it's out, and I'll let you know. DESI, Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument. DESI is a telescope which allows researchers to see 11 billion years into the past. They have been using this to create the largest 3D map of the universe. Surprisingly, just 1 year of DESI has surpassed all previous surveys by other spectroscopes in the last 40 years. The goal of DESI is to make the largest 3D map and see if dark energy is really constant everywhere. Not just that, but it can do a ton of more things. This will tell if its dark energy is evolving, slowing down, or accelerating the expansion of the universe. DESI is a very complex idea, so I might explore it deeper in a future video, maybe a spotlight. I'll check it out, but very cool concept. But all these dots I show you in the picture are billions of planets, galaxies, and more. It's almost like a timeline of the universe. It tells us how the universe evolves, and that is very cool to me. So with that, that's going to conclude our video today. I hope everyone enjoyed. Leave me a nice comment, give me a like, only if you please, and hit that bell for more episodes. We're going to be uploading Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And of course, get outside today, because guess what we have today? Solar eclipse. And with that, remember, be bold, be original, be invincible.